torching this place. Can you smell my breath from there?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today we're joined by Peter Dinklage. He's an Emmy and Golden Globe award-winning actor you know from iconic roles in Game of Thrones, The Station Agent, Cyrano, X-Men, and I could go on and on. He also stars alongside Josh Brolin, Brendan Fraser, and Glenn Close in his latest film, Brothers, an action comedy releasing in limited theaters October 10th before debuting on Amazon Prime Video October 17th. Peter Dinklage, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
What's your mindset like going into this? Are you at all on edge, staring down these hot wings in front of you?
Well, because your studio is in Midtown, I immediately am on edge before I get here. So this is just a continuation on that on-edge theme that New York City gives us. Those of us who live in Brooklyn, the quieter part of New York. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you making the trip across the river to take on the wings of death.
Oh, boy. Long journey to die here to Midtown with these elixirs of yours. Okay, at the handle. I'm hungry. That's awesome. That's really good.
Ooh, going back in.
I didn't have lunch.
I'll join you.
Oh, it's really tasty. And that's the only time that's going to happen. I kind of think.
From an acting perspective, what are the mechanics of portraying a character who's under the influence? You know, the drunken karaoke scene, the backyard barbecue, standouts for me as a viewer.
Yeah, I seem to play a lot of people who are under the influence. Well, I'm not the first person to say this, but you act as sober as you can, because drunk people don't know they're really drunk. They're like, my point is really crystal clear. So that you got to follow that direct line when you're walking like, you know, DUI, you want to walk on that straight line. You can't, but you want to really be determined to be able to in your mind. One of my favorite performances of all time under the influence is Richard E. Grant in Withnail and I. Highly recommend that film, one of my huge influences growing up. And that actor, legend has it, never had a drop in his life and played probably the strongest drunken performance I've ever seen on film. So, you know, I don't know what it is, but it's a little glint behind the eye, a little mischievousness. Ghost Pepper, that's an unfortunate name. Oh, but the pear was like the happy side of it. I feel like I just ate twins. Like one is like me and Josh in the movie. The bad influence I can feel is going on there, but the pear is like, everything's fine.
Yeah. And it's
I'm
kind
a pear.
Autumnal. You know what I mean? Like there's like a little cinnamon on that.
I want to go jump in a pile of leaves.
I'll join you, Peter. I'm along for the party.
Well, that's really good. I like that.
Do you have any "is this really happening" moments reflecting on all the years you've done doing live theater? You know, I'd imagine with the sheer number of hours that you've spent on stage that you've had to work through a production mishap or two.
I was in a Shakespearean production, and I played the chorus, which tells the story to fill in the blanks of the characters. It's a device that Shakespeare used to fill in the blanks of the storytelling, sort of like the Cliff Notes. But the idea of this director was to bolt me to a chair on the side of the wall of the theater over the audience. And it was a small space. And one show I was quite sick, but the show must go on. And I was saying my lines and throwing up into a basket that they had up there. And the audience was below me was like, is that going to land on me? But it was downtown, so it was super cool. Part of it. They probably thought it was part of the show.
Yeah, it's experimental
really
theater, you know?
So that's awful. Usually you throw up before you go on stage, but I was actually throwing up almost on the audience. So it was, that sounds like a really sad story. I meant it to be funny. Because, you know, comedy is tragedy plus time. So it was a long time ago. I'm okay now, until this. So look out. That's really good. I really should have eaten before I got here. I'm really hungry.
No, I'm happy you didn't. You know,
great.
I like it. An enthusiasm for the free lunch that we offer. So you once said that a lot of directors straight out of film
I once said a lot
school,
of things, Sean.
Well, let's see if
With
this
the
one holds
martini
up.
and me.
Let's see if this one
Did I
holds
say
up.
it to you late night? Or not good?
A lot of directors straight out of film school are very technically minded, but they don't have an understanding of actors or how to talk to them. What, in your experience, defines a great actor's director?
You shouldn't have to talk to an actor very much if you've hired them. You saw something in them that you want for the part, and that can lead to chaos, and you need to make sure everybody knows your vision is very clear, because they'll take over. We'll spot a weakness in a director and go, oh, okay, I got this because I want to direct. All actors want to direct, and subconsciously they will sort of take charge of the ship, and there has to be one captain to keep that vision clear. I was really fortunate enough to work with the great Sidney Lumet on his second to last film, and he's so prepared, and everybody loves him so much. But he would do one take, and he would ask you if you wanted another one. And when it's somebody like him, you trust him more than you trust your own instincts. That he sees the film much more clearly than you do, the overall picture of it, all the way to the end, past editing and all that stuff. So that's what's most important to me about a director. Oh, this is your company. I like that. It's got like feels like we're on the seaside or something.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Like a little Old Bay seasoning in there or something?
Yeah. And we're calling it like kind of a sauce of summer. The vision, our vision, very backyard grill, the veggies. That's kind of what we're going for with this one.
It's really bringing me back to
Evocative.
a summertime grill.
Ooh.
Maybe a seagull. I can hear a seagull in the distance. Maybe the hallucinations have kicked in, but...
The waves crashing against the shore.
Yeah.
I'm right in the scene with you, Peter. I'm right here with you.
Beautiful.
So I'm interested in the fundamental part of being an actor, which is, deciding which projects you're interested in based on the pitch, based on what's on the page. I'm curious, what are the most important levers for you? Like genre, cast, director, script. Like, are there certain things that make you most excited to take on a part?
Yeah, definitely. Dialogue. You can have the greatest idea for a film, one that in a pitch can blow you away. But as an actor, what am I saying? What's our dialogue? What's the ease or tension in the word play that you are putting on the page? I always like to rattle the cage of genres because, and people in comedies don't know they're being funny. So I like my comedies like really straight. Alan Arkin was one of my favorite. He was so funny because he just played it as like somebody who doesn't think anything's funny, but therefore it's really funny. So anything that sort of points the finger at this is funny writing-wise, like a punchline in a movie doesn't really work because it doesn't really work in life. So dialogue is my number one. Apple Carol. Oh, another fruit. We're still in a very autumnal theme.
Yeah, it is kind of, and look at the colors, they're very autumnal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look at this vest, which is very autumnal.
I know. No, that's really good.
And a little bit of a step up, but
oh yeah,
you're on top of it.
Oh, it's fine.
There we go.
It's JV step up. What do you guys got over here? Coming for you.
I love this part.
Yeah, I know, the confidence.
Yeah.
There's something in this that gives you confidence, that false hope.
Fact or fiction, you still have a scar from a time that you were kneed in the head while performing with your punk-funk rap group Wizzy at a show at CBGB's in the early 90s. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, just try to define me, man. Back in the day, I was like, I don't want to be an actor. I'm not going to do any, silly commercials or any of that. I'm going to do plays downtown for no money in which I'm going to throw up on the audience, and I'm going to be in a punk band. We were Beastie Boys ripoffs, and we had fun. It was a lot of fun, and it was a couple of years doing it. I got a cool scar on my temple. Head wounds bleed a lot.
Yeah.
So I throw up on the audience and I bleed on the audience. It's a very visceral experience if you want to see me live.
It's old school New York. Right
Yeah,
there. Yeah. I miss
But
that.
it was at
New York.
CBGB's, which is now John Varvatos. Great clothing store. But somewhere in those really nice jackets, there's maybe some of my blood on the floor still. But the reason that CBGB's was so great is because they had the best sound system in New York. That's the reason why that place is legendary. There's no better sound system. And they were tested time and again by these punk bands, and nobody ever blew a speaker there, because I don't know what was in those speakers, but they was like
tested and
it was just
endured.
like Iggy Pop gold in those speakers. It was incredible. We're in the back half now. Back half, because I'm slurring my words from the fight. All right. I'm giving you a moment. I know you're coming for me.
Yeah.
Here you go. There you go.
Yeah. Scotch bonnet really announces itself.
Yeah. Yeah. They're starting to slip through the back door now, right? They're going to be like, we're fine until just eat us, and then we
From
will
all sides.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rappelling down the building, knocking on the windows, breaching the door.
My daughter made me a little gift assortment of things she read that were good for you.
Oh, that's
spicy
sweet.
food. So Parmesan cheese, tomato juice, and peanut butter over here. Thank you to my daughter. I haven't touched them yet because I feel like I will need them with these guys.
Is it true that Charles Dance, who plays Tywin Lannister in Game of Thrones, was so appalled by the way his character mistreated yours that he made a habit of personally apologizing to you in between takes?
Yeah, I love Charlie Dance. He's one of my favorite human beings, and he played my father on the show, and all my father did on the show was humiliate me and sentence me to death. Spoiler alert, for those 3 people who haven't seen the show. So he made a habit of, because we would get really invested in those things, because talk about great dialogue. Dan Weiss and David Benioff gave us the greatest dialogue. So it really felt really lived in and fun and scary at times. So he would just like, between every take, he would come over and just gently touch me on the shoulder. Just like, we wouldn't hug it out, because we had no time, but he would always make a point to just give me a little. And it felt very paternal too. But he played a horrible human being, but he's one of my favorite human beings. And it was a shame how that one ended on the toilet. Kind of like how this is going to end. But yeah, that's one of the more classic death scenes in a TV show, I think. All right, now when do you start putting the special effects on the camera with the hallucination, the heat, and all that?
Well, you kind of dictate that.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Okay.
We don't force it. We just do the tango with you. We just dance with you.
Oh,
you
nice.
know, Peter?
Okay. All right.
So far you've avoided.
So far, this is good dialogue.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Father, where am I? All right. I feel like somebody coded that one a bit more, but I don't care.
Right, and this one's
There's a reason why napalm is in the title.
right.
Yeah.
There's no false advertising
No.
there, which I respect. They're telling you what you're getting into over here.
Yeah. It's very much. I can't speak. It's what does a stroke feel like? It's hotter than this one. Between this and this.
It's a significant jump that we've taken.
Yeah. Yeah. I might have to. I don't want to do any product placement here, but
That's all right. Any port in a storm. As we get through this here.
that's good. Tomato juice. She was right.
That works?
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, I'm taking notes myself
That's
over
fantastic. Yeah, that's a burn. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. We're settling in.
Yeah, it's
kind of
great.
coming alive, taking you back to those
It's
punk
life,
rock
man.
days.
It's life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sorry,
That's what
Mike.
I'm
Sorry,
saying.
sound. Yeah, these are just like snacks. That was dragon's breath.
Yeah, we're getting real over here.
I just made out with a dragon, and I'm about to make out with yeah. You have a question before we?
Sure,
okay,
I do.
Cool.
I do. Is there a quality or practice that you see on a cash-strapped movie set that you wish were more common on the summer blockbuster backlots or vice versa?
sometimes seems like there's too many people on a movie set. Like, what? No offense. Like, wow, we have to pay all these people. No wonder it's so expensive. And they, at the end, they kind of let now marketing dictate things maybe too much. It's like, I don't know if like we want your movie because we don't know how to market it. And I go, isn't that a cool thing that you don't know how to market this because you've never gotten anything like this before? And isn't that challenging? And but my favorite thing about smaller movies is the speed, at least for an actor. I know it's difficult for the crew, and it's a privileged perspective to have, but the speed in which you have to work.
My lips are kind of on fire. I just felt like I needed to share that with you.
Oh, I don't have a mouth anymore. There's nothing from here below. This right here. Yeah, no, it's fun. It's fun. It's not getting worse.
Well,
But I mean with this napalm guy, it's like he's still there, like hanging out, like I swallowed a down comforter.
Yeah, and
filled with hot charcoal, but it's just hanging out there.
But it's plateaued.
Yeah, it's just warm. It's just warm in my mouth.
The problem with
the show
is
the next one.
Exactly. You beat me to it.
You're gonna fight fire with a fire. The bomb, which everybody knows, is the yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because I love your show.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you, Peter.
Come on, it's vegetables. It's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, that's what you gotta tell yourself.
It's not plastic. I should have taken a smaller bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hindsight.
Well, I don't like you anymore.
I knew that was coming.
I was a fan.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah. That's really. Yeah, man. That's
violent.
Awesome. No, it's awesome.
You dig it.
That's great because I'm feeling something.
Yeah.
I like to feel something.
Actor, immerse yourself in the
dead
experience.
Inside. All you people, you're dead inside. No, man. I hate roller coasters, but
you like a thrill.
I like a thrill. Do people not on your show buy this? And honey, do you want more debong? The guests are coming over. What are those motherfuckers? What's wrong with those people?
For better or worse, I think the way that we've put this sauce on a pedestal on a platform, I think is kind of, yeah, you and me both. You and me both.
Yeah.
But we've still got it. And I don't know if this is breaking news to you, Peter, but you are quickly approaching,
man, awesome.
I know, 100 acting credits over the course of your career. So with that in mind, what I want to do...
So that's why it's hard sometimes to work with directors, because they've done like 2 movies and actors have done 100.
Let them know. Let them know.
But I'm just saying, just calling it what it is, and you know that, I know that, and then let's go make a movie. But know that I've made like a lot more.
So what I want to do is play a time-honored Hot Ones game.
Torching this place.
Name that tagline.
Can you smell my breath from there?
I caught it, and it's lovely.
Okay.
I'm on the same wavelength. A game called Name That Tagline, where I give you a tagline to a Peter Dinklage movie.
You're speaking Russian right now.
And
I can't
you try
understand
to
a word you're saying.
connect it to the title while you battle the hot sauce, okay? Tis about to get medieval up in here.
Tis about to get medieval up in here. Oh my God, that Knights of Badassdom?
Knights of Badassdom!
Which that Academy Award winning Knights of Badassdom.
Ever had one of those nights?
One of those nights. Tiptoes?
13 Moons.
Wow, you're going to Alex Rockwell. My friend Alex Rockwell, great director.
You're invited to return to the games.
The Games of Throne. No, that would be funny. You're invited. Oh, the Hunger Games.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't watch anything I do. I go hibernate when they come out.
How about this one? Loneliness is much better when you have someone to share it with.
Station agent.
That's the station agent. There you go. How about this? Family is a life sentence.
Brothers.
Total pro.
Come on.
One more for you. He only needs 3 things to get through the day: an espresso, an aspirin, and a miracle.
The Peter Dinklage story. Give me a decade.
90s.
Oh, fuck. You're doing more obscure stuff, aren't you?
I go, yeah.
Pete Smalls is dead.
Close. Living in Oblivion.
Oh, that was my first movie.
Took it all the way back.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Thanks for bringing up movies that very few people have seen, but I still hold dear to my heart. It's great. I'm ready.
Here we go.
I'm ready. I didn't read Scorpion on the bottle for this one.
And it does have some sting on it. But not like
Right up the nose.
Yeah.
The bomb doesn't care about your nasal cavities. It goes straight for the
Speeding
kidneys.
right through that, yeah.
Scorpion wants to pinch your nose.
To the dome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Going
goes up.
straight to the brain
First
with
one
that
really
one.
gone this way.
Between dusting pianos on Ludlow Street,
Wow.
removing...
What's up, stalker?
Is there an odd job from before you were famous that you like remember most fondly?
I worked in one summer at the county park, sanitation. You look at me, you think, clean up my garbage. And they partner people up. And I was with this old timer, had been doing it for probably 50 years. I might be having PTSD right now from this memory. He'd pull the truck up to like a really remote part of the park, like way up this trail. I think we would go like off-road, and he'd hide. And before the internet, and he would have his dirty magazines, and he would sit there in the car, and I'd go, and I'd get out of the car and go take a nap in the weeds, and while he sat there reading his Playboys and Penthouse and all that stuff. Guy was probably about 70, 1 year from retirement type of situation, and a young upstart who was ready to clean the garbage, but we're gonna do this.
You were looking for a mentor.
So it was a really easy summer. Yeah, I was looking for a mentor. I was looking for a hero, a teacher. To tell me, I was looking for like a Walt Whitman of this park, the poetry of the park. No, you were gonna read Penthouse for him. But it was a really easy summer because I got to take naps. Do you shake it up? Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Now you're scared. Now you're the guy in the truck at the park. I used to do that too. Challenge me, why don't you? So I'm putting this on there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Always tough when you get
you're gonna take care of me, right, guys? When we get home, you're all coming back to my house, right? Cool towels, compresses. All right, I just put too much on there.
Yeah,
you know what? I'm feeling like a superhero now, bro.
I did too.
I'm even leaning my elbows on the table. I think it just shot up into my eye.
Spoke it into existence. Respect.
Yeah, man. Hey, don't eat before you come to Hot Ones because it's a really good meal. And the hot sauces are just part of the, hunger is stronger than the hot sauce.
Right. That determination, the hot sauce, it's just fun. And here's the good news. No more hot sauce required, Peter Dinklage. You have made it to the end of the Hot Ones gauntlet. And to close things out, at the commencement speech that you gave at your alma mater, Bennington, you told the graduating class of 2012 that you hope that they find their rhythm before the age of 29. And as someone who struggled to find an agent, who was living in squalor, I'm curious, when you reflect back, what crystallizes in your mind as like acting rock bottom? And then what do you think gave you the perseverance to make it through to the other side?
No, I was angry. I think too angry for a long time. It was like that Groucho Marx. You never want to. I don't know. It was like the opposite of the Groucho Marx. Rather, never want to be a member of a club that would have me as a member. I just knew what the entertainment business was serving up people who are my size, and that to me wasn't acting. But I surrounded myself with really brilliant people, not intentionally, but just friendships. I call it the tribe, and we just carried that friendship and working environment sort of one and the same. into the future together. Because you can't do it alone. I couldn't do it alone. And that's the beauty of what I do for a living, is the collaboration. So I was just lucky to find really great people who inspired me, more so every day.
Well, you know what? You've inspired me today, Peter Dinklage, taking on the wings of death and living to tell the tale. And now there's nothing left to do but roll out the red carpet for you. This camera, this camera, this camera. Let the people know what you have going on in your life.
All right. Brothers, the movie I did with Josh Brolin and Glenn Close and Taylor Page and Brendan Fraser, written by Macon Blair, directed by Max Barbanco. It's a throwback to the movies I grew up on, like Midnight Run, 48 Hours, and I had so much fun making it. So I hope you enjoy watching it. Thanks, man. That's why your show's it's so brilliant. This just throws in the fucking monkey wrench of what it usually is, and it's great. And you're probably more honest than anything else that's not hot sauce induced. But no, I'm not making any sense because of the hot sauce. But it was great, man. Thank you so much.
Hey, what's going on, Hot Ones fans? This is a very special announcement for the Heat heads out there. If you're someone who needs a little spice in your life, then the Hot Ones monthly subscription box from Heatness is for you. This monthly delivery from Heatness features a trio of saucy surprises each month. You can always count on a fresh assortment and be the first to try new Hot One sauces. By now you know the drill, heatness.com, heatness.com. That's heatness.com to get your hands on the Hot Ones monthly subscription box. Get it for yourself or get it for a friend. Trust us, you don't want to go another month without it.